happens when you think that you've been burgled?
The cat turns up. Well, welcome back to French Odyssey number 2, and I'm here this evening with my darling wife Ella. And all we've got for you, I'm afraid, is a selection of paltry clips and jolly japes of things that have been going on and of various successes and failures that we've experienced in the last few weeks. So if you're enjoying it, please subscribe. If you're not enjoying it, please subscribe. And here it comes. And kicking right in for the first disappointment of the week, and the disappointment is, of course, the workshop is not yet up and running. It's a lot of work, there's a lot of things to sort out, and to be honest, guitar making at this point in time is pretty low priority, which brings us to our very first disaster of the month. Disaster of the month. So as you can see, it's raining. Quite a lot of rain, actually. The only problem is the rain is actually inside. As you can probably see, it's coming from the ceiling. Now, we were watching a video only the other day of sort of the chateau videos, and they had the same problem. And I went upstairs and looked out of the loft window at the guttering and found that the guttering was absolutely full of water, and the water was pouring down the side of the building. And it was going into the void above this extension. When I went up there, there was a great big lump of tile, basically occluding the entrance to the pipe. So basically the guttering wasn't draining at all. So using a broom, I unblocked it, and now the water is drained out of the gutter. Unfortunately, there's so much water in the ceiling now that it's going to take a while to drain into our moving boxes, which have come in very handy all of a sudden. So that's the excitement of the day. My upgrading of the water heating system didn't go quite to plan, as I couldn't drain the old tank. So when you've got a tank that won't empty, what you actually need is to unscrew it and empty it into one of these. Which sounds great, but what you actually need is one of these, a half-naked son. One for the ladies there.
We're building our potager in our French garden.
Trying to screw this in together, but this keeps going in my face.
Those peonies.
Yes.
We're going to trim the Mirabelle quite drastically, I think, because it's grown into a massive tree, and it's actually quite close to the house as well, and it's creating too much shade here for our new potager.
There we go. So that's 3. I hope you're going to be happy with 3.
We are planning to install water baths, or big containers in this case.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
And yeah, and we take it from there. So, and then behind the boxes, maybe there will be a tiny little orchard, or just a couple of trees really. And then maybe pergola. I don't know, I'm giving away too much.
So that's Ella's garden. She spends as much time as she can out there, but the rest of the time we're trying to get the house together, painting things, stripping things, buying things, installing things, changing things, fixing things. I haven't even unpacked my guitars, but I did actually open one bag, and would you know what was in it? Yeah, it's the Strat was inside. So I bolted it together very quickly just to prove to you that it does exist, and we will be getting on with this soon. This is how it happened. You may be wondering what happened to all the guitars, and I had probably 35 plus guitars that I sort of access, frequently, and some others stuffed in corners and attics, and they're all still in these bags. Now, that may not look like a lot of guitars to you, but each bag contains at least one guitar which has had the neck removed and folded and then padded, and another guitar added to the same bag. And then over in this other corner, there are various guitars in guitar cases and things that I could store them in, really. So I've still got a lot of guitars, and I haven't unpacked any of them yet, so there's still a lot of work to do here, but that's the guitar situation at the moment. It's very easy to slip into just spending every single day in the house. But you forget that the main reason that we made this move was to do other things and have an adventure and to drink lots of nice wine, which is what we did. One of the worst things about living in France, even visiting France, as I'm sure you're aware, is the way that they force you to try all of their wine and make a judgment as to which wine is the best. So we're here at Chateau de Targue here in the Loire Valley. Chateau Target, as it should be pronounced, next to Saumur, and they're forcing us to try at least 6 to 8 wines, which is way too many, but fortunately I'm not driving today. And so far, they've all been absolutely incredible. We had to start with fizzy, which, you know, is not everybody's cup of tea, but I love it. Forced by white wine, which is a particular favourite, and then red wine, which I love. So it's been an absolute trial this afternoon, but we're going to keep going as much as we can and see if we can get through this. It's rough, but, you know, I'm doing this for you guys, so you don't have to. Tell me about the wines you tasted today.
So we've tasted, I think, 2 fizzes. I like the, I don't know, flamme or yellow kind of sort of straw color. That was fantastic. And then we tasted some white wines here. That was amazing again. So that's probably my favorite wine, so far at least. Christopher, where are you and what are you up to?
We're at Chateau de Targue. And,
The Terge.
Terge or Targe?
Terge, I think.
Terge. Okay. We're at Chateau de Terge. Chateau Target, apparently. And we've done the fizzy and the white. And because we're almost completely pissed already, we're having a break before we assault the reds. And then we're going to have some dessert wine, at which point they're probably going to have to pour us into an Uber.
Is there Uber here?
No. Chateau Target, incredible wine. It's interesting, they produce whites, pinks, you know, fizzies, reds, and they're all incredible. And we couldn't manage to pronounce it correctly throughout the entire clip. Anyway, meanwhile, back in the garden. Ooh, yeah, super duper.
Oh, I dropped one. I think the pigeon or the blackbird is going to it.
Oh dear.
You need to have a special cherry picker device. Oh.
Did you get it?
Yep.
Shall we?
Okay. What have we got here?
Lots of cherries. Oh, they look wonderful. Whoa! Happy?
Yes, very much so.
Mmm.
Cherry pie?
I think we've just about got enough, actually. It was incredible to find that we had a viable cherry tree in the garden. It was actually at an angle and we thought we were going to have to cut it down. In fact, that was the plan. And then all of a sudden it exploded into cherries and we had just the most wonderful cherries. But we wanted to cook something with it. The main problem was our kitchen is an absolute mess. We wanted to modify it as quickly as possible, but we had to knock it down first. And of course, there's always surprises when you knock things down. See what I mean?
Saving some tiles, just in case.
Because one of the things you really don't expect when you take a worktop down is to find that it's made out of concrete with metal reinforcing bars in it as well. I mean, it is just a worktop, not a helicopter landing pad. So this is obviously going to be far more exerting and complicated than we initially thought.
Do you have to be qualified to do that?
Yes. Are you qualified?
No.
Okay. Fortunately, our resident demolition expert, Ella, has completely demolished it whilst I went outside
All on my own.
to move a bag out. I came back and she finished. So sorry I didn't get that. But, you know, we got there.
If only.
The Paris Olympics are happening very soon, and we didn't, in our wildest dreams, expect to have any contact with that event, particularly being so far from Paris as we are here. We were wrong. As is so often the case when I seem to present these things, I'm hanging out the window somewhere in France, and this time I'm hanging out the window of the flat which is attached to our house. In fact, it's basically part of the house. But tomorrow morning, you might have noticed that there are sort of barricades up. The Olympic flame is going to come right past our front door, which is incredible. So I hope you enjoy it. It should be, I think, the other side of this cut. As you can see by the magic of television, here we are the following morning. It's about 8:30 in the morning and we're awaiting the passage of the Olympic flame. The massive crowds and throngs have assembled to watch the passing of the Olympic flame on its way to Paris for the 2024 Olympics. Let's watch it happen. Maintaining the security of the course is all important, and the local gendarmes are out in force, and they are repeatedly sweeping the area on motorcycles and on foot to ensure the absolute security of events should a riot break out at any time. I think we're beginning the parade now. This is, no it isn't. We're ready.
We are ready.
We're ready. We're excitedly awaiting the passage of the Olympic flame past our new house.
Flamme Olympique.
Flamme Olympique.
Oh, Flamme Olympique.
We've had 20 or 30 people assembled here waiting. Not here.
And about 20 gendarmes.
In the street.
Including on motorbikes.
Yeah, there's actually more gendarmes than people. No, this infeasibly happy. Maybe these people hit no. It's possibly the flame may be with these people. Okay, oh right, this woman, no, she doesn't have it either. No, okay. These people no. Well, the flame is obviously, no, this guy is definitely, I think the squirrel, there's a squirrel at the back. There you go, the squirrel has the no, it doesn't. The people with the large biscuits, they probably have the guy infeasibly on a surfboard, and the lady on the, no, she's not on the telephone, hang on. So, hang on. Right, now we've got motorcycle outriders. This is almost certainly the beginning of the, there's our friend, our neighbour. That's Emmanuelle. She wants us to come and follow her and follow the parade. Well, okay. Oh my goodness, there it is, finally, the guy with the Olympic flame. I think he's a local builder, not quite sure, possibly a dignitary, possibly a Tory MP, we're not quite sure. But he definitely has a flame. Well, that's just fantastic. That was definitely well worth the wait. Brilliant. I feel we definitely should have waited to see that. It's fantastic. And wow, that's a lot of gendarmes. Why do they need so many for a bloke with a torch? I don't know. But the main thing is it's created a lot of jobs for a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with that. Going for gold there. Yeah. The workshop's a mess. There's no getting around it. I mean, I'm just ransacking it for the tools I need to do stuff. You'll see what I mean. I'm doing what can only be described as random unpacking at the moment. We're getting somewhere with the workshop. But I've still got this pile of shame, even though I've got some shelves up and I've got my bench up and my vice is all up and running. But it's not being used for guitar making yet because everything is in such a mess. Everything is randomly placed and it's all been grabbed out of boxes on a panic whim need to use mode. So it doesn't matter what I've done, I'm gonna have to undo the whole thing and start again because Just like when you're working in a kitchen, and anybody who's been a chef knows that you have the cooker in a certain place relative to the fridge and the sink, and you have this like work pattern where you move around those areas. And in a workshop, it's very much the same. I don't want shelves of stuff I rarely use behind me and at arm's length, and the stuff that I need all the time on the other side of the workshop. And in boxes or in cupboards that I have to go and dive into all the time. You know, I want my routers to hand, I want my chisels and planes and my abrasives to hand. The paints, you know, I use on a less frequent basis. So I don't need those, you know, at arm's length. I need them in a cupboard, stored safely and correctly. So the workshop will come together, and it is coming together, but it's a bit chaotic at the moment. So that's where I am with the workshop at the moment. I hope over the next few, you know, days, weeks, maybe even months, that I can get it all a bit more organised. But when you're trying to do other things like build a kitchen and fit a new bathroom on your own at the age of 65, these things take a bit of time. So please bear with me. It is going to happen. But getting out and about can make a huge difference to your mental health and your physical health. And that's what we try to do as much as we can. Well, this has been nice. We've just popped out to a little vide-grenier, which is empty the attic thing, which is basically a car boot sale in French. And we're in Mont de Gesnay, which is just up the road from where we are, really. And it's been absolutely delightful. We've bought plants, and I bought lots and lots of silly things. Lovely. Here comes Ella. I do love a brocante, great fun, and that lamp is actually there now permanently on my desk, and I absolutely love it. Anyway, back to work. I'm just going to have to take all these bits now and throw them outside the window. I can't hear what I'm saying. That sounds really weird in my head. Ella, chief clearer of rubble, doing a grand job there. Gravel remover, yeah. Gravel remover in chief. That was a small promotion, you know. She deserved it, I think. That process of destruction and bagging up carried on for the following week. And then we got the new kitchen. It arrived in boxes and we had to build it all. But it's all together now. It's not finished. There's still lots to do. But my goodness, what a difference it makes. May not look like a huge amount to you, but to me it's a change of life. I mean, we've been existing with a bowl and jugs of water for the last few days, no hot water at all. But now I've got hot water plumbed in, got the cold water running, and it's just revolutionary. Having worktops we can work on. Before, all we had in the corner here was just a tiny little sort of ceramic area, which was just awful and dirty, which is all gone. It's all outside in bags, ready to be taken to the déchetterie, which is the dump. Anyway, it's a big difference. It's a huge step in the right direction and terribly exciting. Now all I've got to do is put all the doors on and the backer panels, the shelves, bolt it all together, bolt it to the floor, clean it, extend the worktops, which are too short, and seal it. Yeah, that's all I've got to do. So there you have it, a rough assemblage of all the bits and pieces that have been happening to us, not including some that I forgot to film, of course. I hope you enjoyed it. There will be more, there will be much more, and I will get back to building this guitar as soon as I can. There are some pressing matters like a kitchen and various other things, and I have to get to it. And Ella's calling me now, so I have to go. So take care, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon.